actually, if we go this way, you can tell me we've got quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Where are you going to put mobile payments? Pick 1. Anywhere else? Okay, let's look at this through. Where are you going to put Zipcar? 4. Okay, so look at it that way. It's about the pace of technology evolution. Okay, so we've got some misunderstanding going on in the group. This is part of why I get Let's think about the pace of technology evolution. Okay, let's just stick with this dimension, and we'll just compare the two. We've got mobile payments, and we've got the carpet. What technologies do you need for mobile payments to work? What types of things? Software, chips, handsets, financial services, a lot of different types of technology. How quickly is technology moving in that world? Very fast. I agree with you, very fast. Good for you. Everybody else is saying smooth. It's very fast. What technology do you need to make it in a carpet? A car. How yeah, and how quickly is that evolving? Not as fast as mobile payments. Okay, so at least relatively speaking, we would expect the pace of technology evolution to be much faster, much more abrupt in mobile payments than in cars. Okay. How about market take-up? This is something else to look at here. You see how buyers, this level flattens out at less than 100%. This one, it's higher. That's another thing they've done with these two curves. Okay, the pace of the market evolution, the kind of take-up. Let's go out 3 years from now, let's say, and let's think of it in terms of the total UK population. Okay. How many of the total UK population will be using mobile payments in 3 years? Guess. Is it going to be a high proportion or a low proportion? Quite high. What sort of percentage of the UK population is going to be using car clubs in 3 years? Low. Okay. Therefore, relatively speaking between these two, the pace of market evolution is much more abrupt for mobile payments than it is for cars. Okay, so for that reason, mobile payments I had down here, which is exactly the opposite of where the whole class was. Okay. Now, why did I have it here? Because the technology is moving very quickly. There are lots of players, there are lots of alternatives. We even have the argument in here saying, you know what, I'm going to wait until we figure out if people like tapping, or people like cards, or if people like scanning barcodes. There's rapid evolution in terms of the technology. And all of the talk in that, in the various video clips is quite bullish, talking about the one that actually, one clip I didn't show you, says that by 2013, which is only 2 years away, by 2013 they expect 1/5, 20% of every cell phone in the world to have this technology in it. It's pretty rapid. That is pretty rapid. So for that reason, I put orange Barclaycard, and this is the top of the Samsung phone, in this situation here. Now this is a situation where you expect high first mover advantages or low. Or strong or weak, sorry, that's the language. It's a strong disabler, meaning that you don't get much first mover, much first mover advantage in this space. And that kind of fits with the stories that we were telling earlier on. You know, we weren't convinced that Orange was really going to get that much, or that Barclaycard was really going to get that much from being a first mover. And we weren't convinced, for reasons to do with the abruptness of the technology in particular, that there might be other alternatives that come along that somebody else can benefit from. Now compare that with Zipcar. Where am I going to put Zipcar given what I've said to you now? In the first one, absolutely. I've got to put Zipcar in the first one there. Pace of technology evolution. You know, a car is a car is a car. And yes, the business model does require some innovation, some cooperation with London boroughs for parking. It does require a website. But it doesn't require this massive effort to be able to get the technology to work. The technology already works. It's very smooth, very, very smooth. Really, it's only the website that's an important part of the technology. In terms of adoption, it's also very smooth. We're not going to expect radical switching with suddenly so everybody sells their cars. And instead of owning a car, goes on with the car club. Compared to suddenly everybody wants a cell phone with a chip in it. That could happen much more quickly. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the adoption. So I would put Zipcar up here. So I'm glad I did that exercise because I think there was a widespread misconception in the room. But I'm hoping, does this make more sense now? Yeah? And it does fit with all the arguments that we've used all afternoon. That's all this paper is saying is, look, you've got to think about particularly the technology dynamics, environmental dynamics. It's contingent. The importance of first mover advantages is contingent on what's going on in the environment. Contingent on, particularly the pace of the technology and the pace of the market. All right? Now, of course, they've got these two other cases here. And it's just worth pointing out, actually, and they do mention this at the back end of the paper, when we talked about these two S-curves, this version and this version, so the market version and the technology version, we did say they can be related, right? So the more effort you put in, the more it sells in the market, which gives you more resources to put in more effort, which gives you more resources. So there can be a self-reinforcing circle. If that self-reinforcing circle is complete, if it's perfect, then all we've got is strong enabler, strong disabler, and stuff in between. But it's an open question, actually, at the moment, as to what happened. You know, is it even possible to have a smooth market evolution cycle with an abrupt technology evolution cycle? We tend to think of the technology and the market evolution going together. They either tend to be both smooth or they tend to be both abrupt. And I would argue that in this case, in the case of Zipcar, we've got, they're both smooth, and in the case of the mobile payments, they're both abrupt. If you leave the room and you think of examples in this space of this